I don't feel that we're given challenges unless we're able to overcome them. The feeling I get when I'm high up is basically just go higher. It's a feeling of like absolute freedom. Gravity doesn't care if you have seizures or not. It doesn't treat you differently if you have epilepsy, and I needed something to treat me like I was normal and not look at me as if I was fragile. Imagine yourself waking up each morning not knowing where you're going to have a seizure. Not knowing if you're going to wake up in the back of an ambulance, not knowing if you're going to wake up surrounded by people, if you're going to be completely alone. It's a terrifying thought. So I was living in Durango, I was 25 years old. I had basically just decided to hang up my hat on the ski bum lifestyle, put that aside and finish up college. I was 2 weeks away from finally graduating college, 2 weeks away from walking, finally getting my degree, and I woke up in my bathtub with a broken back and just completely dazed, surrounded by EMTs. EMTs told me that I had just had a seizure. I told them there's no way that was possible. I couldn't have had a seizure. I just broke my back. When the doctor told me that I had epilepsy, my heart sank. It felt like everything that I knew in life was being stripped away from me. So I would be in the middle of a conversation, I would be having lunch, and then all of a sudden I would just fall to the ground. A lot of times that looked like I was shaking, I was convulsing. Other times though, my body would just contort into evil positions. So there are a multitude of different seizures that you can have, and I had all of them. My first seizure actually broke my spine in 4 places.
The pressure on our relationship from epilepsy was very emotional. I just, supported him in more of an emotional way, I think. I was there for him whenever he would come out of a seizure. I would help him get through the seizure, like turning him on his side, making sure he didn't get up and hurt himself after his seizure.
She's saved my life on a number of times. One time she actually booted down a door to get to me so that she could administer my emergency medication. I was finding a hard time trying to separate from the depression and the darkness that was seizing every day.
People, I think, have a huge burden not knowing what's coming, and that's what people describe as, a black cloud.
My doctors at UC Health introduced me to what's known as a laser ablation surgery.
With laser ablation, we take a relatively small portion of the brain. He has on his MRI what we call a lesion. That is a spot that we and even the patient can identify as abnormal. And by removing the lesion, you also dismantle the network that starts or triggers the seizures. After that, he has been seizure-free.
After I had my staples removed, the doctor told me that I could go for a short hike. And this elated me. The goal that I had created for a hike with me and Sarah was to go to the North Fork of the South Platte River up above Conifer and dunk my staple-free head into the water.
He wanted to go somewhere that just felt like a rebirth for him. Dunking it into the river, it was just like he was washing away that time in his life. It was really cool.
The water coming down my face reminded me that I was alive, that I'd made it through this surgery, and that I had, at this point, hopefully conquered epilepsy. That was, for a long time, the best day of my life because I felt that I'd finally regained my freedom. I say that that was the best day of my life because since then I was able to propose to Sarah and also get married. So those two kind of take the cake. It was a beautiful ceremony surrounded by our closest friends, all of our family, and of course my dog, who was my best man during the ceremony. Since finding seizure control, my life has reached new heights that I never thought I would find before. I am climbing at a level that I never thought I could climb before. The amygdala is your fear center, so oftentimes I contribute some of my fearlessness to some of my amygdala being gone. I want to make a shirt that says everybody should have a little amygdala cut out. I've got an amazing wife. I work for an incredible nonprofit delivering brand new bicycles to kids in low-income areas. Wish for Wheels, we're a nonprofit, a 501c3 out of the Front Range. We were founded in 2006. Since 2006, we've given away over 60,000 bicycles. That's a lot of happy kids. My favorite part about giving a bike to a kid is unquestionably the smile you get when that kid first sees that bicycle.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bikes in there. 3, 1, go.
My desire to help people is basically something that comes from the fact that I feel that I was given a second chance on life.
It feels incredible to see Kyle back in the outdoors doing what he loves. Just seeing him be able to, drive up to the mountains and snowboard or climb or, get in the river without being terrified that he's gonna have a seizure and drown is like the best feeling for a wife who just wants to see him happy.
This diagnosis doesn't have to control you. You can still live an amazing, incredible life, even with epilepsy. In my own words, this is a story of triumph. This is a story of being handed a bad hand of cards and finding a way around it.